How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to go over the update that I have for Iris. Based off of what I found in day one, I managed to hit level 90. I ended up picking up pretty much what we expected to be picking up here. I just have like a standard Empower skill effect bonus for Spirit Magi, kind of needle here. Nothing special, some Empower effect and some resistance here on this one, and some Empower skill effect and resistance here as well. The one change that I was happy to test at level 75 that did end up being a pretty decent DPS increase was picking up one of these prototype amazing friends here. These things you can get, I think I paid 4 FE for it. I think they're about 5 FE right now, depending on what they are. Yeah, so they're about 5 FE. You want to try to find one with a good roll that's only like minus 20%. So those might be a little bit more expensive. But just search around. Some people will put them up. As you can see here, there's one here for like a minus 23% for 4 FE. So look for one. Try to find one that has like, again, the low 20s like that. Reduction. And with this, it does mean that you can run Socialite as well. So as you see here, you'll have two. I'm running two of the guys that are both running the ultimate form. Outside of that, in regards to the tree, I'm just running the standard tree with Isomorphic Arms. Basically going all into the cooldown reduction, the enhanced skill chance here. And then for Alchemist, we end up having this here, take a little bit of crit damage, and then we're just going to the +1 Spirit Magus level. I did test this node here, which does give you, would allow you to get a 3rd spirit while in ultimate form. But even with this, it wasn't working out. So I tested this. The damage was a DPS loss to put it on, which does make sense. The math checks out that you'd be losing 120% additional damage in order to get this. So it's going to be worse than just using 2. And then for the last tree here, we are going Warlock. I haven't tested Steel Vanguard again yet. I probably won't for a while, just because with the removal of the cooldown reduction supports, you just want to go Warlock right away. It just feels better. Even if you are getting slightly more defenses from Steel Vanguard, it just doesn't really feel that good at this point. Maybe now that I have cooldown reduction on my staff and other things, I could probably drop this and it might be better. But I'm just running it for now. Like I'll cross that bridge in a little bit if I need to, but I'm just leaving the points in it for now. Taking off the beaten track is kind of useless. It doesn't really do anything, but Indifference is really nice for the cooldown recovery right now. In regards to the slates, these slates right now are anywhere from like 3 to 5 FE. They did add a new node on the slates, so the God of Machine slates now, I think, are going to end up being recommended and preferred, because now instead of being limited to just +1 minions, and they had a +1 synthetic, but you couldn't get +2 for Spirit Magus, they have added a +1 Spirit Magus skill level on these as well. So you can now get +2 from your God of Machine slates. These so far have been cheaper than trying to buy +1 or +1 spells. And you're more likely to be rolling actual minion damage mods that you want, instead of the mods on the caster ones that are typically going to miss. Yeah, outside of that, in regards to my gear, I basically was just going around looking for stuff with like the mods that I wanted. I wanted a double damage on helmet here on an ES base. I think I paid maybe 5 FE for this. My chest, I've self-found this, still a piece of garbage, but that's fine. You can buy your +1 necklace right now for about, this was 1 FE or 2 FE maybe. These gloves with the cold res on them were maybe 5 or so. But everything else is like sub 5 FE to get. The T1 growth rings right now are really cheap as well. So you can see they're 1 FE. So make sure you go and pick these up while you still can. And then I picked up this staff here. I probably got lucky to find one that had double damage, as well as like T1 double damage and T1 cooldown recovery speed. I found this for it was like 5 FE or something. It was really, really cheap. And it also had the T3 version of this additional mod on it. So I did happen to get really lucky, but you could still just look for maybe these 2 mods instead. There's one up for 10 FE. So just try to find any of your high damage mods. You could also look for the % additional damage to life, or the actual plus to skill levels. So just search for those and, you know, get your cooldown recovery staff and then use the prototype crafting with it now using the new quartz stuff instead of FE in order to upgrade. It does make it significantly cheaper. Like upgrading from T3 to T2 cost me 100 of these, which at the time was like under 3 FE. And the old click for like T3 to T2 was like 10 or 20 FE or something. So got significantly cheaper. And after that, again, I just crafted minion damage and spell damage because I didn't want anything that could blemish. Because they did change things a bit. Like you can't roll all the tiers on every piece of gear. Like you need to have a certain high level gear now in order to roll things on it with prototype crafting or with target processing rather. So that's kind of where we're at. In regards to the skills themselves, I have noticed that running added cold is better than running freeze chance. I haven't tested against savage growth or against harvest time yet, but I can give it a shot. I don't know. I doubt it's going to be better than harvest time, but there might be something better than savage growth. But I haven't really tested it yet. I am just running a forced start here with blink, with defense layers, extended duration, and pain amplification. Then I have a blink here. We're running elemental shock with mania, well fought battle, and extended duration. And then we have nourishment with mania, extended duration, and well fought battle as well. Then I'm running elemental amplification here with stand as one, concentrated, and selfless. You can run selfless because you only need to run this on, you want this on your minions. You don't need it on yourself. So that's fine. Your allies are getting it. That's okay. Same thing goes with frigid. You can run this on selfless along with concentrated as well. Because this doesn't account like this isn't an aura that's on you because it's an aura that's on the other people here. You're not getting the penalty basically of using concentrated on this. And then the only thing I'm actually running on myself is Energy Fortress with Selfishness because again my minions don't need Energy Shield, which is fine. And then I do have a Steadfast here with a Selfishness on it as well because my minions don't need armor. I do. Yeah, other than that, I'm working my way. Pushing to level 90 has definitely gotten a little bit harder because you aren't getting your tree here. Even getting to 75 is kind of a little bit painful now. They do kind of force you to level with lightning all the way to level 50 or so now. Just because you don't get the damage support auras for anything other than electric until then. So just feel free to just run the recommended build that it's kind of giving you with Thunder Spirit. It doesn't really, like, you can run Frost Spirits as well. The damage is, like, basically comparable between the two. But just, it's kind of personal preference. Early on, you do want to continue to run a Lonesome Ring, like, for a while until you get both your growth rings, basically. Back when I was doing, you know, only like 1 million DPS, adding a Lonesome Ring, like that was a solid roll, was like an extra 2 million DPS. So it basically tripled my damage, getting all the extra supports on there. So try to do that. Picking up like your 4-piece of the set bonus is also a little nice early on, so you can kind of go that route as well. So yeah, try to do those. They are having some issues with the build codes and filters right now that they will hopefully fix. So you know, try to, hopefully they get that fixed. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, last thing for this is my bossing setup. It's just basically like all the minion damage or servant damage, minion basically attack and cast speed. This doesn't even do anything for me, but these are basically just some elemental resistance here that I'm not even using. I guess I was just using this because of the extra points, but and then just like this one is just giving some extra servant damage and stuff as well. This is the equivalent of like a unique pet, I guess. I don't need the max life. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of additional attack and cast speed and some minion damage. It's not really much. You can run any basically minion pet or Magus pet or whatever you have. It'd be fine. Yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And other than that, see you in the next one. Last thing, I will be streaming again, probably starting around 4 or 5 Pacific. So feel free to either pop on to here on YouTube or on Twitch at CoffeeBNS. And you can pop in and ask any questions there, and I'll be more than happy to help.